for real?
Answer you.
Am I talking to you?
Well, the future of American cities at the moment is one where we've seen, after about 20 years of people moving back into the cores of cities, we've now seen a new sort of suburban dispersal. But it's not like the baby boomers, and it's not like it was in the 70s and 80s. Now we're seeing that millennials, who are searching for places to raise their kids, are trying to bring some of that city with them. There's projects, for example, in Dallas-Fort Worth, where the centerpiece is live music venues and massive outdoor dining, and there's co-working spaces on the fringes. So I guess the idea is go there, have a beer and some barbecue, and then maybe do a little work while your kids play.
I think it's interesting that one of the most successful property types in our industry over the last several years has been mixed use. People live there, people work there, you have shopping, you have education, you have a variety of different uses, all within the same block. When you think about it, a city is the ultimate mixed use proposition. Everyone's all together, within a block or two, all these different services and different uses in real estate are there. And I think how real estate and local governments and local communities need to work together is to understand that mixed use is our future.
You know, I think there was a lot of focus in the past of the evolution and demographics and shifts between different cities or out of cities to more suburban environments. I think now that focus is more inward looking within our cities. And I think there will be significant capital and significant opportunities to invest into that and kind of really relook at how our cities are going to be viable 10 years out.
I'm a big believer in cities like New York and Chicago, Boston, the strength of the agglomeration and the value that we create through physical co-location. But it won't be without significant cooperation and leadership, both in the public and the private sector, that we really see ourselves through to some meaningful and concrete solutions over the next couple of years.
It's so interesting around the world to look at the evolution of our built environment and thinking about what we want our cities to become over the next 50 to 75 years, ranging from improvements to our airports and transportation systems, to the way we live and walk in our neighborhoods, and the way that we interact with our commercial districts.
Let's stop separating what we do. Let's stop separating our lives and understand the magic of a city is our ability to do a lot of different things with a lot of different kinds of people, a lot of different kinds of points of view and perspectives and jobs and economic levels, all in the same place.
So when it comes to office, for example, I think, we're just in the very early stages of seeing how the generative AI boom plays out. And we could see, for example, that we're going to have entirely new types of organizations that require much less people. We might see a resurgence, for example, into co-working and other much more flexible workspaces, where you might have places where, 100 people who represent 100 different firms are doing work with various AI tools. So thinking about the post-corporate model of what workspace looks like, I think is a big trend. And I think AI is going to supercharge that on top of remote work.
And so I think we're going to see a reckoning, if you will, through improved infrastructure. And a lot of infrastructure money is being invested, like we've seen in New York City in the redevelopment of LaGuardia Airport, the coming redevelopment of JFK, the improved transportation system along the Acela routes up and down to the Mid-Atlantic. So I think it's all coming together to realize our next era of development is going to be around quality of life, both work life, living life, and the development standards needed to achieve that. There's a lot of movement, and part of that is, what do we want these cities to become and how are we going to achieve that?